I guess I gotta clarify. People don't know what a hermaphrodite is. A hermaphrodite comes from stress. It's not a normal thing. There are humans that are born with both sex organs, okay? And that's wrong. All those countries that are born that way, that's after we dropped toxic chemicals on their land. So that's not normal. Probably induced it more. I know Hermes is a mythological god. No one believes in him. Or it, whatever you want to call it. No one believes in that. So, hermaphrodites is caused from stress in humans. When you see a woman start growing a beard because she never got pregnant, she gets stressed, she's been abused. You see women, they start growing beards. They don't even not have to be pregnant. They could just enough stress will cause a human to turn herm. But that's not normal. It's with hormone replacement is what they're trying to do. In cannabis breeding, hermaphrodites or transgenders don't exist. All right, so all this transgender agenda in the humans is nonsense. In cannabis breeding, when you get a hermaphrodite, that's caused from stress. It comes from light leaks, too much heat. Many things can do it. Not feeding them properly, horrible genetics. But then in cannabis breeding, if you get a really good lineage that you can no longer bring back those genetics, then they'll self it. And then they'll isolate a certain part of the plant, not the whole plant, because if a whole plant goes harm, you kill it, always. In proper scientific breeding, if you self a plant, you can stress it with hormones, isolate a certain part of the plant, self itself, and that it'll just that part of the plant will turn herm to make seeds. And then they do research and they grow it properly so that way they call them feminized seeds, and that way they're always females every time, and they're not supposed to herm. If they do it properly, they have good genetics, you'll get feminized seeds that'll never herm. But me, I like having males next to my plants. If you ever seen a garden, you see a whole bunch of females surrounded next to a female, and then take that male away from them, look how they respond. I've seen it many times. So I quit doing that. Because they always feel better next to a male because they're competing. They're like, oh, that's my dude. No, that's my dude. No, that's my dude. That's my dude. Well, you're all his ladies is basically what it is in cannabis breeding. So, long story short, hermaphrodites is a genetic mutation. It's something wrong. It's a plague. Like back in the day when the apostles would ask Jesus what was his sins, the guy who was blind, the guy who did this, the guy who did that, what were his sins? Hermaphrodite, whatever the hell that false god's name is, committed a lot of sins. That's not normal. And transgender agenda is not normal. Trying to make a male become more feminine and give him hormones, absolutely wrong. Making a female give him testosterone to make him more masculine, absolutely wrong. That's part of the depopulation agenda. And then people who talk about, we don't have to get into that, but being gay is not normal either. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own sins. That's why I say God will judge us according to our own sins. But if you want to procreate and extend your bloodline, that means a male and a female need to procreate, okay? That's the basic, simplest way to say it. And if you disagree, I really don't care. Have a great night.